Wow. I want to read this to you. By the way, please hit the like button. Our good friend D Gunn, this is on his Twitter page. And this kind of goes down the line of what Britton Covey was saying. Remember when you guys were calling Barrett Brooks a liar? Well, listen to what he just posted. This is a few minutes ago, or about an hour ago. According to sources, Jalen's big contract pulled in numerous directions on and off the field, put him under a lot of pressure. He didn't handle it well. Big Dom suspended, controls Sirianni's emotions on the sideline. Big Dom controlled Sirianni's emotions on the sideline. In his absence, Nick gets in numerous arguments with players and coaches during games. Big Dom was put on the sidelines to control Nick. That's quite a comment. And one thing I'll say about Derek Gunn, his reporting on the Birds has been pretty spot on. I'm going to read it again to you. Why did you bring this asshat back? Because the owner and the GM wanted it. They got a lot of cleaning up to do here. I can't wait. No wonder they're telling people like Carton, and they're very sensitive right now to what people are saying. Kind of makes sense, doesn't it, Xander? Look how sensitive the Eagles are. This is Derek Gunn. According to sources, Jalen's big contract pulled in numerous directions on and off the field, put him under a lot of pressure he didn't handle well. Big Dom suspended. Controls Sirianni's emotions on the sideline. So your head of security was there to watch over your head coach and his emotions? In his absence, Nick gets into numerous arguments with players and coaches during games. This ain't Big Sills reporting anything. I'm relaying. It was a complete fucking train wreck. Why'd you bring him back? That whole press conference was a charade. It was a house of lies. I believe Derek Gunn. You had self-inflicted wounds from inside. You derailed when you were 10-1, you were derailed. So Nick came unraveled after the 49er game. Senor's calling Derek Gunn a gossip guy. That's not my reporting, Senor. I'm not a reporter. I knew nothing of that. Well, I tried telling you. You still think Barrett Brooks is a liar now? Some of you are a disgrace. You think Derek Brooks was lying? Derek Brooks was telling you the truth right here on this program. You guys jumped down his throat, called him a liar. You should be ashamed of yourselves. Barrett heard it too. Barrett was the first to talk about the discord between the players. I said Nick Sirianni should be fired. I never said keep that guy here. You crazy? He's a puppet. Angelo and I were the only guys that were in the market saying, fire that guy. Not true. You'll never win with him. I've been calling him, what have I been called? A cheerleader for 3 years. 3 years. You said we couldn't find better. Must be ego management in here. Why is Sil so pissed today? Not pissed. Pissed at what? Once again, you have to assume that I'm in a bad mood. I'm in a wonderful mood. I got one of the most popular shows in Philly. Why would I be in a bad mood? Yeah, you trolls killed Barrett. Called him a liar. I defended him. I said, one thing Barrett Brooks is not is a liar. I defended him. Not you. I defended my guy. A special teams guy. Okay. My guy! I got to read this again. Flexen. Are you shocked? Are you shocked? This is some comment. According to sources, Jalen's big contract pulled in numerous directions on and off the field. This is why Jeff Kerr reported that he's unaccessible, that he's not accessible to the media. So they isolated him. It's all making sense now. Numerous direction on and off the field. And under immense pressure, he didn't handle it well, Hurts. Remember what Boomer Esiason said? You got to learn to play with the contract. Remember? Big Dom suspended. He was on the sidelines to watch over. Not me. He was on the sidelines to watch over your coach's behavior. Like a principal watching over a student with tin foil on his head that says dunce. Screaming at coaches and players on the sidelines. You never had a chance after San Francisco. That's why the players quit. The players quit because the whole thing imploded. Locker room imploded. Coaches imploded. The decision on the Cy and Patricia. Wow. No wonder they're sensitive over there. Eagles are very sensitive right now. They're very sensitive. Might be time for Angelo to make another appearance. What do you say, Xander? Might be time for old Angelo to make another one. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. How are they cleaning this up? Are you going to bar D Gun from going over there now or reporting on the team? How are you cleaning that up? I can't wait to. Oh my God. God, thank you for the content. This is fantastic. This is fantastic. By the way, Philly Godfather will be with us at 5:30 Eastern. Hey, look at this. This is the New York Post, page 6 of the Philly Sports. Man, Nick lost control of himself on the sidelines. And it bled into the locker room, and then he lost control of his team. According to reports, he lost complete control of his team. And the Eagles thought it was in the best interest to bring that guy back. I staying the course. Man, that's the best coach in the NFC East. That's the best coach in the NFC East. Really? No wonder they took all the power away from the coach. And now the coordinators have all the power. Why did they leave? You know what you know why they did this? They had to justify the firing of Doug Peterson. They had the reason that Sirianni is back in the building, and the only reason that Sirianni is in the building, they had to justify the firing of Doug. It's the only way to justify it, is you have to stick and stay the course with him. I've never seen an entire staff fired, and the only guy that remains is the head coach. It's usually reversed. Head coach is fired, and you kind of systematically pick and choose, and a new head coach comes in and he interviews him if he wants to keep him or not. Not here. Man. The chaos inside it's now clear. The chaos inside the Eagle organization manifested itself to where the team fell apart and no trust in the building. And you know why you have the veteran guys, once again, like I said a couple days ago, coming out in support of Nick? Because they don't want change. Old players don't want change. They don't want to reprove themselves to a new head coach. Always remember that. Old players will always support the guy in the building because they've already earned their seat with him. Okay? New guys, everyone has to re-earn their chair again. Old guys don't like that. They don't like that. Wow. 3 playoff appearances and a Super Bowl trip. And you had to have somebody on the sidelines for him, babysitting him. Dom was babysitting Nick? This is unreal. This is really unreal. I've never seen D Gun put anything like that out there like that. I don't know about you, Xander. Have you ever seen anything like that? And we were hitting on it, and you guys were calling us liars and getting mad at us for going after Britton Covey. Britton Covey told you what was going on. He was just afraid because he's low man totem pole. He was the wrong messenger. Flexen goes, I can't believe this. So you think Derek Gunn would just throw something out there like that? That's a lie? Where he's been in the market for 25 years? Connections in the locker room? Veteran guys are talking to him, not new guys. So you're supposed to just sit back when your team's not playing well? Are you defending Nick Sirianni, dude? Are coaches not supposed to get in arguments when they're playing bad? How many head coaches do you see get into arguments with their players and coaches on the sidelines, and it's a healthy environment and winning? Who? Tom Brady? Okay. Tom Brady's got 7 trophies and built equity up with his coach to scream at him. What have you done? And we're talking about Brady and Belichick. And I don't ever remember Bill and him hollering at one another. You're under the assumption he's a good coach. So you don't think that that's a bad report? That's right, Barb. That's how I take it, Barb. Your head coach is immature. He's not mature for the job. Nick Sirianni is not qualified to be the head football coach of the Philadelphia Eagles because of his immaturity and his inability to motivate players. He is not qualified to be the head coach of the Eagles. He's not. The players in that building are the reason they won 11 games. The reason you lost the Super Bowl in 22 is because of that man. If Doug's your coach, you win it. He's not qualified. He is not qualified to be your head football coach. He's just not. Man. This is what I would do for Jalen right away. I'd bring in a veteran quarterback, put behind him, not to threaten his job, but he needs somebody to talk to. He needs somebody to throw things off of. Jacoby Brissett, Tyrod Taylor, Ryan Tannehill, Tyler Huntley, Mitchell Trubisky. We can't do nothing about it, Sills. We're screwed. Can't do nothing about it because the Eagles won't do anything about it. The Eagles are in a sensitive place right now. They got a lot of work to do, both publicly and also cap-wise and roster-wise. I'll tell you what, it is a bigger problem than I thought it was. Your so-called culture was destroyed. You went from a winning culture to a culture that was unraveled by one man. It's quite an indictment. Gardner Minshew's a Pro Bowler. He's going to get an opportunity somewhere because there's not but maybe 12 quarterbacks in the NFL. Okay? Rico goes, sell your tickets now. 24 is going to be. Yeah, but wait a minute. Rico, I want you to understand something here. No. Rico, when your football team is making horrific decisions like they're doing now, and they're doing it power structure wise, this is what I would say to you. This is when you kick their ass more because you love them. You're not kicking your ass because you hate them. You're kicking their ass because they're making you pay enormous money for season tickets. What is it, 69.8 in that building? $356 a pop? The only people that have a right to bitch are you. Eagle fans, you're the only people that have a right to bitch. You're the one paying the mail. You're the one paying rent. Who do you think's paying Jalen Hurts' contract? The owner or you? You. You don't think there's going to be a percentage increase in ticket prices coming up because of the salaries that are there on that team right now, especially in the offensive side? Owner doesn't pay that. Season ticket holders do. He uses the season ticket holders to pay the payroll. He ain't coming out of his TV money. You think he reinvests that in the roster? You pay it. You're the ones that have every right on the planet to bitch and scream and holler and cheer when they're winning and bitch when they're losing. I've always had that mentality and belief. You're not going anywhere. Players come and go. Coaches come and go. Fan bases don't. It's generational. Shit, we were talking this one time with Xander. Xander, his dad, probably Big Joe's dad. Big Joe's dad. All Eagle fans. This is generational. It's not something that you just go, hey, I'll show up and I'll buy a banner and buy those stupid-ass PSLs. That's not how that works. Hey, back in the day when the tickets were $28, it's not a big deal. Okay? It's not a big deal. Now, it's a big deal. Remember what I told you? You got a family of 4, $350 a pop. Okay? That's $1,400 in tickets alone. Parking's $100, $1,500. Buying little Jimmy and Susie a Coke, another $60. Get them a hot dog or hamburger. There's another $25, $30. Buying little Johnny and Susie a program. You're talking about a $2,000 weekend, and you're going to do that 10 times? That's $20,000 a year just to be an Eagle fan if you go to all the home games. That's right, the beer. Thank you, dude. Beers are what, $100 for all foam? You totally have a right to bitch. Things don't go right, you're paying. Think Jeffrey Lurie's paying for Jalen Hurts' contract? Come on, man. I can't wait to see what that ticket increase is going to be. And you know what you'll do because you're a great fan base? Okay. I'm not ripping you on it. I'm really not. I'm not ripping you on it. Okay? Damn, Sills, don't remind me. I took $3K on the chin last season. T. Will, you have every right to sit in here and bitch your ass off. And we here at JAKIB give you the platform to do that because, to me, in my opinion, you have every right to complain when you see shit going sideways with your money. Hey, you love the team, right? You also have bills to pay. And you make a sacrifice to go see that for something else you're giving up. I know that's what I do. Hey, I'm not rich either, dude. I'm here just like everyone else. I'm a blue-collar guy. I don't sit on Madison Avenue and, I don't talk like Stephen A. Smith and them and the other. I don't. That's not who I am. I've never really been that. Well, that's not true. When I was in the NFL, okay, maybe I did act a little bit maybe like a narcissist crazy man when I had the money. So we got to be kind of fair there a little bit. Right? Can you believe how – that's right. Hey, Denny, can you believe how sideways the football team went internally? And it just started bleeding out now to how everything imploded internally. And the Eagles did everything in their power. Hey, you guys remember when I was telling you all of a sudden Jalen Hurts was doing up down drills or fumble drills on a Friday and they were filming it. Then they were doing something else really weird about practicing hard on Thursdays. And then on Sunday, Jay Glazer, he reports that the Sai's been demoted. And Jay Glazer's been on the program. I text Jay and I go, who gave you that information? You know who Jay told me? I'm not at liberty right now. Didn't tell local guys. Told the national guys. This is some story. I'm digging this. Wow. After what I've learned this week, this is par for the course. I'm sorry. I got to do this one more time here. Unless Derek Gunn's account has been hacked. I got to read this one more time. D Gunn, great work. I know you watch the show. You tell me all the time. Thank you, brother. Content is king. This thing's got 100,000 views already. I'm very sure this will be deleted soon. Hey, I better screenshot. Let me screenshot this. You know what I'm saying? I better screenshot it. There. This thing will be deleted soon. According to sources, Jalen's big contract pulled in numerous directions on the field and off the field, which put him under a lot of pressure that he didn't handle well. I mean, here's the kicker of it. Big Dom's suspended. Controls Sirianni's emotions on the sideline in his absence. Nick gets in numerous arguments with players and coaches during games. Can I tell you what this report reminds me of? It reminds me of that Justice Department's letter on Biden. Hey, you know the classified stuff. This guy's just an old guy. Can't go to trial. He's too old. He's feeble. He's too feeble. Everybody's like, hang on. He's feeble to go to trial, but he's the president? Yeah. Yeah. And everyone's like, hang on here. Wait a minute. Whoa, wait. So Big Dom was not just a guy on the sideline throwing haymakers at Greenlaw. He was also there to keep an eyeball on your boy. This can't be true, man. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. This is worth everything here. Oh, my God. Hey, you know what's great about it, too? My bosses won't get a call on this one. Because I didn't say it. I didn't say this one, Xander. Okay? This ain't me. Wow. I can't wait till Philly 500 comes on at 5:30 Eastern time, and I'm going to read him that. Whew. Paul, the Eagles become the drama queens of the NFL, worse than the Cowboys. Oh, yeah. You're now in Cowboy land. I just may have to get the helmet. You're now in Cowboy land. Raiders drama. Jason Kelly has become such a dude, when you're all pro, you could be a media whore. I'm not going to be upset with him. Okay. Travis Kelce's the guy that's, he's the guy that falls in love and he needs a whooping and all that other stuff. It's kind of ridiculous. Philly 500 will be with us. Philly 500. Thank you. Ridiculous. Philly 500. Okay. Nick and POTUS. Better watch out, Chuck. Paul will be writing an article on me. Only reason you need a babysitter for a coach is because you didn't have a coach. Yes. And? Okay. Look at Rico. Hey, look at Rico here. Rico goes, okay, I have a massive headache now. Yeah. Kelce, all of a sudden, after all these years, appears to care more about being in the well, Paul, wait a minute. That's not fair. He's setting up his post NFL career, doing it the right way. Okay? He's doing it the right way. What's he supposed to do? Just call it a career? He wants to do something more. I don't begrudge the guy. If he wants to work in media, I know ESPN and Fox and CBS were working with him in Las Vegas, and I think they're very high on him. I think he'd be very good at it. I don't have a problem with it. There's nothing wrong with that, man. He's at the back end. And by the way, what if he retires? He put his service in. He's a great football player. He's a great football player. There's no shade on Jason Kelce. Absolutely none. Him wanting to get into the media, there's nothing wrong with that. Okay? Kelsey's like, I'm done if Nick's the coach. Maybe that's why, hey, let's say this. You really think Jason Kelce comes back if Nick Sirianni's the coach? Or would he have come back if someone else was? Hey, Sills, Big Dom for coach. I'll tell you this, bodyguard for sure. No, Paul. You can't hate your hometown team. That's not what we're trying to do here. That's not where I want this to land. Paul, no. You want to hear something? Hey, the one thing I don't want to do is cover a 4-win team next year. Okay? I don't want to cover that. Well, wait a minute, Flexion. Kelsey's not going to disrespect Nick because he loves the Eagles. He doesn't love Nick. He loves the Eagles. And in the best interest of the Eagles, he's not going to talk shade or throw shade at the organization because he wants a job with the organization potentially. Remember, he's either going to go into media or he's going to work with the Eagles. There's two things he's looking at now, or coming back. Okay? I'm gonna reset that and reset the other stuff that we hit on here in a second. Philly 500 is going to join us 5:30 Eastern. Not all Italians are invited to the barbecue, but you are. The first Black Italian to work at JAKIB Sports. Happy Black History, Dan. Yes. Okay. Yeah, sure. All right. I not a problem. Absolutely. Barry Bonds is Italian as far as I'm concerned. It's all good. We're good, man. Absolutely. Oh, Adventures of the Babysitter. That's the new drama next year in 2024 in September as the lies turn. Philly. This is too good. Oh, so brother Dan. Guys are too much. Too much, man. All right. Hit the like button. We'll sweep the top of the hour. We'll take another timeout. Then we'll get our guy, Philly 500. I can't wait to hear what he has to say. I cannot wait to hear what he has to say about this mess. Derek Gunn reporting that. Holy cow. And I don't think he just throws that out there. All right. Hit the like button. Keep it here, National Football Show.